the most successful people are actually the biggest failures. There is no avoiding failure. In fact, success is 99% failure. And that's the entirety of this video, is that success and failure, you have to stop seeing as two separate things. You're either one or the other. No, in fact, the most successful people are actually the biggest failures. Except they stopped giving a shit about the failures and they became successes. Does that make sense? Any step you make, any stumbling, bumbling fool that you put yourself into in order to chase what you want is the path towards success. And that path is going to be ugly. It's going to be gloomy. It's not going to be all sunshine and rainbows and beautiful landscapes. 99% of the hike up the mountain is just forest, trees, darkness, and hopelessness. But you just keep pushing through. The more willing you are to fail, the further away from a failure that you end up. The less willing you are to fail, the more of a failure you will end up being. It's quite the paradox. A lot of the times we have to reverse our relationship to these things. When you're no longer afraid of failing, the failing doesn't even matter. Like, it's literally, you just see it as part of the process. It's a total mental thing, deeming you falling short of a certain goal as some kind of failure. How could it be a failure? You're working towards what you want. There is no failure to that. And at the same time, almost everything is a failure. And then when you embrace that, you see that there is no failure. I'm speaking in circles, but I want you to understand my point. There is no failure when you're committed to success. When you see success as the only reality, there is no failure. And you could be failing every day. You could set yourself the goal every week of running 10 kilometers, and maybe you only make it to 8, Is that a failure or a success? It's like you choose how you see it, right? You could run 15 kilometers, but then your ultimate goal is to run 50, and you're still a failure. You know what I mean? Failure is a state of mind. It's not a circumstance. Too often, it's confused as a circumstance. It's not a circumstance, it's a state of mind. Choose success as your state of mind, and that's how you operate. When you become silent inside, when all of these feelings and all these thoughts, all these sensations of what you did wrong in the past, how you're not good enough yet, how you don't know you're going to make it, when all of these thoughts come up inside of you, just give them a big, wonderful hug. Just love them all. It's like, I love you, you little pussy. I love you. I love you. All your worries, all your fears, when you love them, you dissolve right through them. And that's the key to this. Hey, failure, come here, you little guy. You little guy. You little fucking shit, come here. When you become best friends with your worst fears, they're really not fears anymore, but they're friends. And you realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. The only thing to be afraid of is being afraid of what you're afraid of. Oh my God. Talking in circles is my jam because I want you to see the point. Everything is a circle. Everything is a circle. And when you realize that the wheel spins, right? But you're the hub in the center. You're the through which the entire wheel pivots around the center point. You are that center point. And when you stop mistaking your identity with what's spinning around on the wheel around what's going on in your life and what you managed to do and what you failed to do. And you can just watch all of that and then love it. And then keep coming back to working towards everything you need to work on in order to create the life you want to create. That is the perfection that you're looking for, that you need not seek in anything else. And then all the actions you take throughout your day just become a joyful expression of that inner knowing within you. And that's the harmonizing between thought and action into a way that's effortless, into a way that doesn't require you to beat yourself up, and having to discipline yourself for doing things you don't want to do. And the only reason you don't want to do them is because you're identified with the person who doesn't want to do them, but then has to discipline themselves in order to do them. I talk about it in my other videos, so I'll leave it there. I'll link relevant videos. Peace.